The one that I thought was really off the board was Marlon Brando.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing him, I think, probably the most, because it was the easiest to do. The whole concept with Marlon Brando was, it just grew out of me up in the office, pretending to be Marlon, walking around the office, bugging the PAs, you know, screwing up the copying machine, you know, busting the coffee maker and so forth. And it started making people laugh in the office, but it also was really bugging people in the office. And eventually, Adam Resnick, who's a co-creator on Get a Life, actually, who used to write it late night, and myself just found a way to work it onto the show where Marlon just sort of walked onto late night a la Bob Hope and then bugged Dave in the same way I was bugging the PAs upstairs. And we sort of concocted this image of Brando that he was just kind of nuts, you know, because people hadn't seen him for a while. And then it's funny because like a year after I stopped doing him, he started to make a comeback, and we started seeing him on talking to Connie Chung and so forth, and I realized we weren't that far off the mark.
Saturday, March 24th. Here are some of the real contenders you won't see at the Oscars Monday night.
We have Best Screamer. Principal nominee this year for Best Screamer is a girl named Cheryl Lawson. There's no particular kind of acting in a drive-in movie, but a drive-in movie can't be boring.
And Marlon Brando at home in Los Angeles. What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about what I would do if I were interviewing you, how I would get you excited, how I would steer you and manipulate you. See, that's what you're doing to me. You're manipulating me. There's something idiotic about our sitting here and pretending to talk to one another when there's a camera right there, when there's another one there and there's another one there. And we're pretending to have a sort of an intimate conversation between Marlon and Connie. And that's an act. That's an act. That's the Connie Chung show.
You mean we weren't having an intimate conversation? Sheesh. Good evening. I'm Connie Chung. Marlon Brando is up for another Academy Award this year. You never know with Marlon Brando if he's going to show up. But we have him here tonight. We've taken my original interview and added a few bits and pieces you haven't seen, and we'll have that in just a moment. But first, I must tell you, out of all the interviews I've done a few, the Marlon Brando interview really seemed to touch a nerve with a whole cross-section of people, which kind of surprised me. Actors, neighbors, people I haven't heard from in years, people on the street. They all said, Marlon Brando, I've got to ask you a question about him. They wanted to know something more. So here's something more. We have recut our original interview to include some of his answers that hit the cutting room floor the first time around. And we've timed it to tonight because he's up for another Oscar. His 8th nomination for the very part he says in our interview was ruined in editing. This isn't the first time Brando has been unhappy about a movie or the Academy Awards. The last time he won an Oscar, he sent an Indian to accept for him. So his record is 2 Oscars and 2 no-shows on Academy Award night. Let's see what happens tonight.
You was my brother, Charlie. You should have looked out for me a little bit. You should have taken care of me just a little bit so I wouldn't have to take them dives for the short-end money.
Well, I had some bets down for you. You saw some money.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
I have no sense of passage of time. Why did I wind up being an actor rather than a scientist who was, I don't know, studying entomology or be an animal trainer? Why did I make that choice?
Do you know why?
No, I don't, because it wasn't financial. Because it was financial, I could have made a lot of money. Maybe $200 million if I'd saved it. But I had no interest in that.
You had no interest in acting in a movie after movie after movie over the years?
No, that's a waste of life. It's a waste of time. I don't find it stimulating or interesting. It's not a consuming passion. Do you want to be in a movie?
No.
Why not?
I don't know how to do what you do.
Listen, everybody in this life is an actor. Nobody goes around. I mean, wake up in the morning and you say, "Hi, how are you?" You son of a bitch. And people don't say what they want. How many men and women find other men and women attractive and pretend to be casual and just buff their nails, and you're sort of bored with the whole thing, but are really impassioned by that. How many times have you seen a woman wearing a really ugly dress and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you could come, Meg. Sit down, please. God, you've got an ugly dress on. Where did you get that dress? It's really repulsive." How many times have you done that? Never. You've just said, "Hi, Meg, how are you? Come and sit down. Wonderful to see you." That's acting.
I understand that. But what I mean is that when you have a special talent to become a character.
No,
in a movie.
nobody becomes that.
You don't even think to call me Godfather.
The making of The Godfather in 1971 drew several real-life Godfathers out of the shadows. They had some concerns about the script, about the depiction of Italian Americans, and brought pressure on Paramount's corporate head.
Well, Joe Colombo was the famous fellow who walked into Charlie Bluedorn's office and says,
"We don't want to hear the word mafia mentioned. Cosa Nostra."
all those guys. And Charlie Bluedorn said, "Well, boy, whatever you want, you know, we're glad to serve it up."
So the studio tried to accommodate the Colombos and Buffalinos of the world by including them as extras in the wedding sequence. And it was the shooting of that scene that led to what Brando laughingly describes as the most critical error of his life.
Oh, I was bombed. It was a long day, and it was a dull day, and everybody was drinking, and I really got ripped, completely snockered, and so I mooned the audience. It was all Mr. Buffalino's family, and I didn't know that at the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it, naturally. I didn't mean it as an insult. I meant it as a joke, but I was so drunk I couldn't hit the floor with my hat. What's that?
Come on. No, hey, listen. Let's drink a toast to our life in the country. Yeah?
You're a nature lover? You did tell me that.
Oh, I'm a nature boy.
I came from a bunch of Irish drunks. My mother and father, they had a half a bag on most of the time. And, but along with that, I come from an Irish background. And I think one of the defenses that you find for people who are beset, such as the Irish, life is too grim generally for most people. And when you're down to your last nickel and your last hope, I think that all you've got left is laughter. When I see Laurel and Hardy after a bad day, or I see, the hell is his name, W.C. Fields pulling somebody's tooth in the dentist chair, or Charlie Chaplin, who do you think is funny? If you have to laugh, you think, I can't stand it anymore today. I have to get a laugh.
Right.
What video do you buy?
Well, you know what? I like David Letterman. Do you ever watch David Letterman?
Yeah, I do. Hi, Dave. I've been an admirer of his for some time.
Dave doesn't do that.
Yeah, but I do it at the mention of his name.
Give me a hug.
Brando loves playing, toying with his audience. It's part of his technique, a way of borrowing from real life that's influenced a generation of actors, including his co-stars in The Godfather. You know, when you did The Godfather, James Caan and Al Pacino, they all considered you to be such a great teacher.
Really? How do you know that?
Read that. Heard
You
about it.
read it?
Heard about it.
Heard about it? You shouldn't ever believe what you hear, and you shouldn't ever believe what you read.
You don't
No.
believe that they really thought that you were teaching them something?
I have no knowledge of what they believe or what they don't believe. Jimmy Caan, I can tell you what I believe. He's one of the funniest guys I ever met.
Don't you realize that you're thought of as the greatest actor ever?
Tim's the greatest actor ever. He pretends he loves me. He wants something to eat. Get out of here.
No, it's true.
What's the difference? See, that's a part of the sickness in America, that you have to think in terms of who wins, who loses, who's good, who's bad, who's best, who's worst. We always think in those terms, in the extreme terms. I don't like to think that way. Everybody has their own value in a different way, and I don't like to think who was the best at this or that. I mean, what's the point of it?
Well, Brando doesn't have to think about who's best, but people keep nominating him for Best Something, this time for Best Supporting Actor.
You remember the story of Gordon Gobini?
Yes, dreadful, dreadful, dreadful story.
I want justice for him to the full extent of the law.
You see, justice and law, Mr. Detroit, are often just, well, I suppose they could be described as distant cousins, and here in South Africa, they're simply not on speaking terms at all.
The role of Ian McKenzie, a disillusioned South African lawyer, has gotten Brando the best reviews in the picture. It's a part he says he created almost from scratch, something he's done many times before.
I said that there is no part here to play, and they said, we realize that the script has weaknesses. I said, I'd like to take a shot at it because I've written and rewritten many movies that I've been in. I have to have something to do because I've been off the screen for, I don't know, 9 years or so. And if you're going to enter the arena of motion pictures, you have to come on with your straw hat, your checkered suit, and a malacca cane, and it's, hey folks, it's showtime. You have to do something.
Objection. Where is the witness for this assertion, Your Worship?
Dr. Hasim is my witness.
You know that Dr. Hasim's not available to testify.
I am also aware that he can be summoned by Your Worship to this courtroom, and he will be accompanied by armed guards and chained neck, hand, and foot, and all in a matter of minutes.
I'm afraid we cannot dismiss acts of treason just when we like, Mr. Mackenzie.
Are you at all concerned, Your Worship, that he might be carrying some explosive charges in one of the recesses of his body with the intention of blowing this entire courtroom to smithereens?
Even though the role may get him an Oscar, according to Brando, this is not the film he agreed to make. He says MGM, the film's distributor, agreed to a much stronger version, but then decided to play it safe and make cuts that water down the anti-apartheid theme.
They have a perfect right to say, look, this is a business, kid. What are you talking about? We're in here to make money. We're not here to make wonderful pictures about social and controversial issues. Well, we better do that now because we live at a time when if we don't address those controversial and social issues, then we're all going to go down the tube. And the cockroach is going to be the evolutionary hero of this particular millennia.
Another part of Brando's beef with MGM is that he agreed to contribute all his money from the movie to an anti-apartheid organization, on the understanding that the studio would make a similar significant contribution. It's a promise that Brando says the studio failed to keep. May I ask you what your salary was for Dry White Season and why you contributed it in its entirety?
Well, I wanted to be a part of that. I think that if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. And it's hard to tell because my salary is up front is $3 million $300,000, which is what I got up front. But then I have 11.3% of the gross. So I have made in pictures with that deal as much as $14 million for 12 days' work on a rather silly movie. But if this picture, and as many pictures are doing today, making $100 million, I probably could stand to make maybe $10 million.
Can't you see how some people might see this as, well, you're just upset because part of your character was cut from the movie? And
No, because my record of being in films, I've made some 35 films, and I've never objected to being cut out of a picture. I've never objected to having my scenes sliced or put together in a crazy way. Even the picture I made myself, some cowboy movie, was, to my mind, badly cut, and they changed the picture.
So why are you upset for this? Why are you upset
Because
this
of the
time?
issue. Because this is life and death. This is real life. We're talking about human relations. We're talking about human rights. We're addressing ourselves to racial issues, and that's why I care. Because it's not money, for Christ's sake. It's not...
self-aggrandizement?
It's not self-aggrandizement. Well, what do I care? I've made all the money I need to make. I've won a couple of Academy Awards. If I was cared about that, I've been nominated I don't know how many times, and I'm going to have a position of respect and standing in my craft as an actor in this country, and so what is it gonna... I don't need to gild a lily. I don't give a damn about that. I've made some real dogs, and I did it just for the money. And but this I don't care about. I don't care about that.
I hear you complaining about this particular movie. Why don't you make your own movies? Because then you can do it exactly the way you want to do it.
You are making me really angry now, because I want to tell you in simple chapter and verse that I have tried to get on before the American public, before the world, a movie about the American Indians and the manner in which we committed as a country genocide upon those people, and I have been told to go take a flying you-know-what at a rolling donut.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true. For 10 years I've tried to do it. I've written so many scripts. I have gone with so many networks and to so many movie studios with this tale. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to hear that America followed a policy of genocide. General Grant, one of our great heroes in America, called for the destruction, the annihilation of these people.
Don't you realize, I mean, you must realize that any producer or director is dying to work with Marlon Brando.
Don't speak to me as Marlon Brando as though I were some person hiding under a fire truck down the road. It always troubles. I hate it. See, they have a tremendous amount. If you don't take your own money out of your pocket, slam it on the table, and say, all right, the movie's going to be about a guy who eats a fishbowl, and that's what the movie's going to be about, then you can make that movie. But you've got to get somebody to put up $20 million, or whatever the budget is. Some budgets are $40 million. And,
so what are you telling me? You do not have $20 or $40 million to put on the table and say, I want to make this movie?
No, I don't. I don't.
If you had worked over the last 9 years, maybe you would have?
Well, unquestionably.
Our interview with Marlon Brando continues in just a moment. Marlon Brando talks about the F word, fat.
Trying to figure out what it is that I would like to do. I never really knew. But I have more satisfaction at writing and doing other things, focusing on other things.
Such as?
I'm interested in everything. I don't think there's anything I'm not interested in. But I've spent hours and hours watching ants go up and down my sink, picking up the crumbs and finding out where they come from. They come in the cold weather. And
That's actually what you've been doing for 9 years? Come on.
no, I've been doing a lot of things. I've got 9 children, don't forget. And that takes quite a bit of doing.
You just had a new little baby.
Huh?
You just had a new baby?
Yeah. I have a little girl.
Can you tell me about her?
No. I think it's, if there's anything that is perhaps unsettling to the stomach, it's to watch actors on television talk about their personal lives, and you spend an hour with the first person singular, and you're exhausted. You stagger to the doorway and fall down in the hallway, seeking some kind of relief.
You said that in the last 9 years you've been searching for what you really want to do.
Yeah.
Have you decided?
Have you?
Did you ever want to start a national theater or something like that?
There is no, we have no basis for culture in this country. There is no culture in this country.
Why do you say that?
Well, there's almost no culture any place in the world. Who are the present great artists, painters, thinkers, philosophers? Where are they? Do you realize that in Greece for 150 years we had Sophocles, Plato, why go down the list?
But I mean, couldn't you bring it to the American stage?
That's an enormous presumption. I mean, if people throw the word artist around as though it were a football, there are no artists. There are only people like you and me who make money. And
I didn't accuse you of being an artist. I just asked you if you could bring Shakespeare to the stage for us.
why has there never been a national theater in this country? The closest we had to national theater was Orson Welles and John Houseman and the group theater. And they all failed miserably.
Has it ever occurred to you that that you really do have the respect and power and you could bring it to the American scene?
No, it has never occurred to me.
Why did you not come back to the Broadway stage after Streetcar?
Let me ask you why you've crossed your left leg over your right rather than your right leg over your left. Do you know why?
Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Why did you reach out and get that fly that was bothering me? Why have you done that twice instead of 5 times? You don't know. I don't know either. Same answer.
I have an answer.
Go ahead.
That you didn't like the repetition night after night after night, and you were getting bored with it, and that you wanted to sort of work around it.
It's not that I didn't like it, it's that I hated it. It was the worst experience I ever had in my life. I almost went out of my mind.
So you don't like the stage?
No. No. It's much tougher than the movies because you have to do it every night. You have to find that emotion. You have to upset yourself. And, in a motion picture, you come in and you save it for the close-up, crank up for that, and then let fly. And so it's much shorter duration. The work is much shorter. I mean, how much more are you going to invade me? I mean, you're like the visiting piranha. Whoa, here comes Connie Chung.
I just have a few more questions.
Fire one.
Okay. Oh. You've actually lost some weight recently, right?
Yeah. I have to lose about 50 pounds.
How do you lose weight when you try to lose
I dance.
weight? You dance?
Dance.
Oh, come on.
I was a dancer. I studied to be a dancer at Catherine Dunham's wonderful dance school. And I was a drummer. So I played drums, and I danced, put on my Afro-Cuban music. And
No, really, how do you lose weight when you have to lose weight?
you just reach over and turn it off. And stay out of bed, don't sit down, and keep active, and eat fish and vegetables. Do a little bit every day, and then week after week, and the first thing you know, you're dead.
Do you like yourself heavy?
I don't care. I've been heavy, and I've been thin, and I'll be thin again, because it's too much problem fighting I'm turning into a couch, what do they call them?
Couch potato.
A couch potato, yeah. But it doesn't make that much of a difference whether you're fat or thin in life. It's just that if you're a good person, Brenda, the real Connie Chung, I'll tell you.
Are you going to do any more pictures, do you think?
Oh, God. She won't quit. Am I going to do any more pictures? Tim, are we doing any more pictures? How about it? You got any scripts? I don't know. Who the hell knows? How can you know in this world? There's a hole in the atmosphere that is bringing down...
No, but good heavens, you can control your life.
I can't change the hole in the atmosphere,
No,
dear.
but you can control your life, and
No, you can't.
decide.
That's the biggest joke that you've made today. Nobody controls their life.
You can decide what you're going to do. You decide whether you're going to work or whether you're not going to work.
This is an interesting conversation if you want to talk about free will, because that's a fascinating subject. They did this extraordinary research on twins who were separated from birth. They found they never saw each other. From the time they were born, they were separated and did not know the existence of the other person. And there were astounding similarities. They had the same kind of dog, the same color car, the same... What? Wait a minute, let's see. All right, print it. Okay.
Okay. Some people feel as if you've cheated them out of the genius of your work over the years because you did a few movies, then you stopped.
That's like putting fried eggs in your armpit.
You made some great movies in the very beginning.
I didn't make any great movies. There's no such thing as a great movie. You know what's great? A Rembrandt painting, a Mozart chamber music. It's those are great.
Why denigrate Streetcar Named Desire and On the Waterfront? You're denigrating them. They were terrific. You acted in them beautifully. Don't you think?
In the kingdom of the blind, the man with one eye is the king.
Do you think you owe anything to... nah, you don't. Right?
Yeah. I like that face.
Nah, no. You know what I was getting at? Owing your public anything. I mean, in terms of your work.
It's very difficult to find out in life what you owe yourself.
What was that?
I believe in supporting my children, and it takes money to do that. I've had all kinds of jobs in this world, and I started out shoveling horse manure, and I wound up as an actor.
Get up, you scum-sucking pig.
You want to hear my philosophy of life? Do it to him before he does it to you.
You look terrible. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
It's too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Lucky if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight.
Forgive me, sir, but the land that I fought for was not for myself.
The idea is to have a ball. Now, if you're gonna stay cool, you got to whale.
If there's a man amongst you who doubts that, let me hear his voice.
Hey, Stella!
Could you imagine 15 years ago that you're going to be sitting on this porch, that you're going to be interviewing some over-the-hill movie star?
That's what you think you are?
Well, I don't know. I'm not playing romantic leads anymore.
You could.
Could I, honey?
And that's our program for tonight. We have something very special next week, but we can't talk about it yet. So be sure to join us then. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Who knows? I've never gotten up with a chair still attached to my behind. I'm going to wear this for a month and a half. I have to go to the doctor and have it severed.
How is your health?
Fine. I can whip my weight in wardrobe women.
You what?
I can whip my weight in wardrobe women.
You can whip your weight in wardrobe women?
Yeah.
How's your cholesterol?
Cholesterol is fine. Was up and lost 100 points. The doctor said he never saw anything like it.
Really?
Yeah, that's one thing we never really discussed. I meant to get to that, but I just slipped my mind.
How did you make your cholesterol go down?
Hey, Stella!
Tomorrow, 2 NCAA basketball tournament regional finals. Doubleheader action starts live at 1 p.m. Eastern as March Madness continues on CBS Sports. Tomorrow night, watch what New York Magazine calls splendid television. Wonderfully acted, directed from the gut. Based on a true story, Common Ground, tomorrow on CBS. Now, stay tuned for your local news.
Tim, you got anything else to say? Huh? Want to say something else? Yeah.
For a transcript, please send $4 to Journal Graphics, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 10007.
But you're going to do, and then you go away. You're going to be here with us, and then you go away with your family, right?
Yes.
What is that like with a family? A big family?
I have a big family. This year we're sort of scattered all over the place, and oddly enough, my parents, my brother, my mom's half of the family is in California, which is strange, because normally we do the East Coast leaves and fire.
Yeah. I think it is, the East Coast lends itself more gracefully to Thanksgiving than, the desert.
I agree.
Yeah. So are you excited? You go out there and you go tonight, you go tomorrow, what do you do?
Well, I would have ordinarily gone, you know, not on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but I'm here for you.
I know.
So tomorrow, and you.
Thank you. Buddy, are you here of your own free will? Has someone coerced you into being here?
Do you count Harvey Weinstein as a coercer?
Well, now, Harvey Weinstein is I don't know whether he's in some kind of organized crime now, but he used to be like some kind of junior mob kind of guy, right? He was like in the mob auxiliary.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, and now he's like a big, powerful film guy, right?
Yes, I do all my movies for Harvey Weinstein. That's Miramax for all of you.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to do them there, but he will coerce you to do with things.
And so Harvey said, I tell you what, go on and talk about your movie. Is that what Harvey said?
Yeah.
And in return, what will Harvey do for you?
Nothing.
Really? Well, what's wrong with that equation? As the kids say, you do the math. You know, I'm kind of fed up with Harvey's behavior, and because I'm grateful to him in the sense that he brought you here tonight.
Right.
You know, thank God for Harvey. Although, on the other hand, every night, you know, Harvey comes by. Can you talk about the film? Mention the movie, huh? Can you? Will it kill you to talk about the movie? And, you know, 8 or 9 years of that, it's amusing. But now, I woke up the other day and I said to myself, what's in it for me? I want a car. Do you understand what I'm saying, Harvey?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, then you're off to Thanksgiving and...
So tomorrow I'm going to California.
Hi, Sean. Nice to meet you.
Who are you?
The name's Letterman. Dave Letterman.
You are a complete idiot.
Oh, thanks. Are you folks ready? Are you very excited about this? We're very excited. We're very delighted about the appearance of our first guest. This next gentleman requires no introduction. For the first time on our program, ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to one of my favorite actors, Sean Connery. Wow! Where can I get me one of them jetpacks?
I just came from Europe.
That was very thrilling. Did you enjoy that?
Well, my voice is about 2 tones higher, but apart from
A snug fit, eh?
Yeah.
You didn't get that jetpack at the electronics store around the corner, did you?
Yeah, Charlie gave it to me.
I can't get over what an impression that makes when you just drop down there in that cloud of smoke. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm really here to sort of quell these rumors about my death.
Oh, really? Have there been rumors that you have passed away?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I was too until I heard that it's good luck in the Orient to consider that when they say you've been announced dead and you're still alive, it means longevity.
Oh, well, good. Congratulations, then.
No, what happened, basically, it's a bit of a farce, like most things. Dear friend of mine, James Hunt, the racing driver, he died.
World champion.
He lived near me in Marbella, and it was picked up as James Bond. And then it went on to the press, and then it was picked up in Japan the same day that the ex-governor of Texas,
John Connolly.
Yeah. But then, of course, John Connolly is like Sean Connery in Japanese. And this is absolute gospel. And then it went to France and Spain, and people were phoning up all over, and you know, very few people ever know where I am, even me. You know, and anyway, that was the sort of finale of that one.
And you say very few people ever really know where you are, and you say you're not sure, but really, where are you? Where does a guy like you hang around? Where, you live in Spain most of the time?
Well, I was up there for 20 minutes. In fact, I live in the Bahamas, and sometimes in Spain, and sometimes in Monte Carlo, and sometimes in Los Angeles, and sometimes where I'm working, wherever that is.
You're a very, very lucky man.
How am I supposed to read that?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
This is the first time we've met.
Well, but it's... It's just that you seem to cut a grand figure of glamour, and it's nice that you can live that way as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Don't worry about it.
No, one of the other points I wanted to clarify, I was also had a serious throat disorder of cancer, which obviously is not true, and I wouldn't be able to speak, etc., which was something else that was picked up by the media, started in this town, and went round the world. Well, needless to say, I came here to be in living color with you.
Thank you.
So I'm obviously okay.
So you have... So you had some sort of minor throat problem, but it was certainly not as dire as was reported.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
This is something you've had before, some kind of... Because I know there was a time when you were communicating, they told you to rest your voice.
Yeah, that's right. I put a note saying, sorry, I cannot speak. I have a throat problem. And everybody would say, why? What's wrong? So I would write down, say, I cannot speak, just, you know. So they'd take the paper and they would write it down. And I would have to write, I can write, you know, and I'm not deaf. Or they spoke loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
Well, all of this is good news, and you know, forgive me again, but you look terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? In thinking about films of yours that I have seen and enjoyed, The Man Who Would Be King. What a great movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, you talk about patience. John Huston waited, 39 years to make the movie. And we had a lot of fun, Michael Caine and myself. And we shot it in Morocco, which is incidentally where I met my wife, so lucky twice. Very good. Yeah. But the thing about Morocco that's so different is that, for example, one day I was driving from Marrakesh miles to a location every day, sitting on this ribbon of a road, and it was directly into the sun. And I was going about, I don't know, an hour, sitting, just the driver and me. And suddenly, on the left side of the road there appeared a little black dot that got bigger and bigger. As I got closer, I realized it was an old man carrying a bundle of sticks, 2 meters high, just at a very strange pace with a teapot on his belt. I said, what's he doing? And the driver said, oh, well, from this area here, they get these special twigs and they use it for charcoal, for drawing. They've done it for hundreds of years. And I said, well, where would he come from? I mean, I can't see anything. He said, well, they maybe came from the mountains there. Mountains were miles away. I said, well, you mean he's what? Where's he going? I said, he's going to Marrakesh to sell it. I said, oh, really? So anyway, I go to the location, we shoot. I'm coming back at night, and I'm a little tired. And on the same road, I suddenly see on the right-hand side this dot appearing again. And we get closer, and it's the old guy. So I said, pull in, and ask him if he wants a lift. If he's, you know, we're going to Marrakesh. That's where he's going. I said, yeah. So he's okay, stop the car. So he goes back, and I'm watching in the mirror what he's doing, and he goes up and he starts talking, and the old guy says, so I get out of the car, and I say, come on, what's the problem? You know, does he want a lift, or doesn't he want a lift? I mean, we'll have him there in 20 minutes from here. And he said, well, his problem is he doesn't know what he's going to do with the time that he's going to save.
Screw up his schedule.
Yeah. And he's been 5 days getting there.
What would he do with all that leisure time? Absolutely. Speaking of leisure time, when you were shooting the movie, you and Michael Caine are and were friends.
Oh, yeah.
And was there any period of recreation for you? Could you do anything there, or was it just desolation?
Well, we were coming back from one village in the mountains, miles from anywhere, and we wanted to stop off and have a drink, and then there was some really good music, because they're great musicians in Morocco. And it's difficult to get a drink because not most of the Muslims don't drink. But anyway, we found the one place where you could have something, and it was great music, but suddenly we looked around, there were no women. So I said to Michael, do you mind if I dance with your driver, because he's prettier than mine? It's absolutely true.
Too much time in the desert. I can't tell you what a thrill it is to have you here, and especially to have you here and see that you're in great shape and there's nothing wrong with you. And it's a real treat for us to have you drop by. Thank you very much. Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Schaefer and Felicia Collins, CBS Orchestra. On the show tonight, Sean Connery, Academy Award-winning actor Sean Connery is here. Sean Connery, a great actor, a great man, and a movie star, and an Academy. We think he was mad at us.
Oh, you think he was mad?
Yeah, he hasn't been here for 7 years.
Really?
Can you believe that it's been 7 years since he's been here?
No, the time flies.
Yeah, that's right.
He flew in, right?
That's right. We lured him in a thing, and we had the
a belt pack and a thing.
Yeah, and I think that had something to do.
Really?
With why he hasn't been back in 7 years.
Did we hurt him?
I don't know. I just don't know. But I know that there's a little something. So we'll.
Oh, we've got to iron that out.
Well, I don't know if we'll iron it out.
Oh.
We don't iron much stuff out.
No,
here.
I noticed.
All right, you ready to go, Paul?
Let's go.
All right, let's see if we can find out.
All right, here we go.
Well, you get a lot of paperwork. When you get a big story, you get a lot of paperwork.
Got to do the paperwork, too, yeah. Got to fill out the reports. Look at you, you're anal.
Well, thanks, Paul. Thank you.
I mean that only in the best set.
Well, it's very special this time of year. Special, yeah. Okay, our first guest is an Academy Award-winning actor and a genuine motion picture legend. His brand new film is called Finding Forrester. It opens on Friday. Here's Sean Connery. You're a powerful man. I didn't exactly know what you had in mind there, so I was just a little nervous, because it wouldn't surprise me if you came out here and just sort of disabled me and then walked off.
No. I would never do that.
How you doing?
No, I'm okay. I had not realized it was so long since I had been here.
Mm-hmm. You sound like Sean Connery. When you talk, you sound exactly like... It's amazing.
Well, I've borrowed your hairpiece. Is that yours or
No,
mine?
that's yours. No, absolutely. Help yourself. Now, let's talk about the last time you were here. Am I right about this? Am I wrong about this? Did I do something that upset you? Did I offend you? Did I say something stupid? Did something happen? Was it...
It's rare that you're right on so many counts.
All right. And did it have anything to do with the entrance when you in the jetpack and that silliness? Was that it must have been uncomfortable, to say the least.
Well, we found that out a bit later, but have you still got the same producer?
Yeah, everybody's intact, more or less. Yeah.
Okay.
Here now is what we're talking about. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. This is 7 years ago, Sean Connery. See, there, we thought it'd be, look at that. Yeah. Very nice. You look better today than you looked then.
I see the expression on the face.
Yeah. But we left you hanging up there a little too long, I guess.
Yeah. What you never explained to these people was that it was continuous how we did it, and we had to cut it because I was speaking too high.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. You had kind of a landmark birthday this year, huh?
This year it's 70.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Man. Did you have like a big party, any bigger than normal? What did you do?
Well, I'm not sure. It's so long ago now. I don't remember much now. When you get to this stage, it's tough.
All right. Well, just go ahead and make something up then.
Well, what do you think I'm doing here?
Did you have a lot of friends over? Was there drinking? Was there carousing? Did you have cake? What did you do?
What did you put in here?
It's just water.
No, joking. I was only kidding. No. It was. I remember it distinctly, clearly coming here. Wasn't I here?
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful time once we'd landed and touched terra firma, and it was a wonderful show. And I was watching your warm-up there. Is it warm-up you would call it, or your...
Well, that's what we strive for. Some nights it's
it's freezing.
Yes, yeah. Let's talk about being honored by the Queen, being actually knighted.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Means a lot to you, being knighted?
Yes. Be careful now, Dave. Dave, you've got to be careful.
I will. I'll be very careful.
Okay. No, it doesn't really change anything. It's, as I said at the time, an honour for Scotland. And one of the rather good elements about it is that there are no conditions attached. One can stay and do exactly as one did before. I mean, I will continue to, but whether I will continue to retain it, that will be something else, I suppose.
Well, they can't take it away from you.
That sounds like the cue for a song.
All right.
No, it was an honour.
And what is the ceremony like? Is it awe-inspiring? Is it
well, yes,
lovely?
Yes, it's very impressive, and it was in Edinburgh, which I hold very dear, and everybody who was there, I brought quite a few friends from America there too. You know, it's a very close continuation from Scotland and the United States, which not too many people are that familiar with. You know, which is that the declaration of Arbroath was due to a guy called Wilson from St. Andrews, was partly instrumental at the time of Washington of writing your wonderful Constitution, the Declaration. And it was taken from that. And Wilson never really appears that much in history. That's a digression. I mean, it's not normal, this show. I do apologize.
And is it true that there was a talk of you being knighted somewhat earlier, 5 or 6 years previously, and then for political reasons it was delayed a bit?
Yes.
And that was upsetting to the Scottish people, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was really dreadful. It was. I never questioned. I obviously had made quite a few enemies en route. Unconsciously, I suppose that's the best way to make them. And I never knew. My wife was always rather curious as to why one had not had any sort of recognition, as it were, in England. But They had plenty everywhere else, France and in Scotland, but and then they decided that it would be too much of a plus and a support for the Scottish National Party, which I'm a member of and have been for 40 years. And thank you. Thank you.
That party stands for and represents more freedom for Scotland itself?
Well, it's the only one that's in the UK, which is not a particularly accurate United Kingdom, but that is for independence. Right. The others don't want it. I don't know what they're frightened of, because we're not going to steal the land. It'll stay there.
Yeah. Make off with the place. Yeah. Well, thank goodness that was put right then.
Yes, I fixed it.
Yeah, good for you. We'll be right back here with Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, what is how is Scotland celebrated? How is Christmas celebrated in Scotland?
Well, not as healthily as the New Year.
Really? Oh, what does that mean?
Well, the Hogmanay, which is the expression for that, is when we celebrate the end of the old year and the beginning of the new year. Mm-hmm. And the Christmas is really for children. You know.
Well, that's the way it should be, I think.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
So it's not the big whoop-de-doo that we've made it in this country.
Well, no, only for children.
Right.
You know, we have a fantastic celebration. We close the whole of Princes Street, which is a mile long in Edinburgh, and the castle is all lit up, and all the gardens down to the castle are lit up, and all the music, and there's over 1 million people come from all over and go up to see the New Year in and around the Tron, which is up the top of the north sort of side of Edinburgh, and down into the street. There's no cars. There's nothing allowed in there.
That sounds lovely.
Yes, it's a terrific celebration.
And then New Year's, is that do you go crazy New Year's?
Well, no crazier than usual, but I mean, you know, we have a history of a certain violence.
You like spending time in New York City this time of year especially?
I like New York. Another song. but I do. I find it not easy to sleep here. That's one of the problems. I think
because of the noise?
Well, no, because I have a certain kind of curiosity, and I think there's always something going on somewhere else, and so it's quite difficult to sleep.
Yeah.
But the real problem for me in New York is your taxis. Yeah. The cabs, you call them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's okay if you're Toulouse-Lautrec or, you know, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs getting in and out, but for a normal-sized person, or like myself, it is a joke. The guy in the front driving has got enough room for a bed. Mm-hmm. Right? And you live here.
And in back, virtually no leg room.
No leg room at all. Well, you must have the same problem. What size are your shoes?
10.5.
Oh, my God, you're a kid. I'm 12. And I get inside, and I cannot move. Yeah. So if I get in this side, I've got to more or less stay this side because I can't get out the other side, right? And if it's raining, the guy isn't, you never saw him. You don't know who it is in front. It could be a gorilla smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
And you give the money into the little windows like confessions, and then they go out, and before you know where you are. And if it's raining, it's hopeless.
That's right. Now, have you ever said confession in the backseat of a cab?
I should have.
Yeah. I've had the last rites a couple of times in the backseat of a cab. Let's talk a little bit about your movie, which is about New York and the Bronx, and I guess some of it was actually shot here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of it was also shot in Toronto, is that true? Yeah. Tell people about the film.
Well, it's in some ways sort of old-fashioned because it's a story about a recluse kind of J.D. Salinger, William Burroughs type writer who has a relationship which you think has no future less than a gelding. And sure enough, they do have a relationship, and they have all the ups and downs that go with it. And he happens to be a black kid who's a basketball player. And that's really the whole story, how they find Forrester, but they find each other. And Forrester finds Forrester.
Yeah. And let's take a look at a clip. You know what we're going to see here?
I believe it's when he's brought back some food, and I'm reading the National Enquirer or something. And
Okay.
he's bringing some.
All right, here we go. Sean Connery, Finding Forrester. Yeah. Pulitzer. A very nice film. And your fellow players in the film, very, very strong. It's a great cast.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant, that's right, yeah. And this boy, Rob Brown, has never acted before.
No, is that
That's
a fact?
absolutely fact and true. And he's 16 years of age, goes to school in Brooklyn. And the writer, Mike Rich, this is his first screenplay, and we had him from the first day to the last. I took him with us on, we rehearsed up in Canada for 2 weeks. He was with us all the way through the movie.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice film. But what you're saying about the kid is hard to believe, because he seems just natural as an actor. It's unbelievable. And never trained as an actor?
No, not at all, no.
And how does a kid like that get the gig? How does that happen?
Well, apparently he was looking to try and find some money if he won the contest to pay his cell phone bill. And seriously. And he has a scholarship, but it's for football, American football. And he's a really terrific young fellow.
Yeah, because I auditioned for that part.
I heard that, actually.
Oh, my. And then you got something. Now, listen, now, how are we doing now? You're not upset now, are you? You're okay? We didn't have you hanging from anything? We didn't injure you? We didn't knock the wind out of you? Everything's all right, more or less?
Well, more or less, I think it's been... I mean, you could hang meat in here, but apart from that...
We've hung meat in here. Oh, don't kid yourself. We've hung plenty of meat. Now, will you come back?
Of course, I will always come back.
Don't wait 7 years to come back.
I might not be here in 7 years.
I might not be here in 7 years. I might not be here in 7 months. It's great to see you again. You look fantastic.
You do too. Now, I'm sorry about the hug. I got carried away.
That's all right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. All right, now watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Late Show awkward hug of the night. Take a look at this. Oh, no, please don't. Oh, he's going to... He's crushing me.